Yeah, then I will discuss about the recent anti-immigration and H1B drama that is going on.
Okay.
So how it started was that I don't know when it exactly started, but few days back, I guess, Trump appointed someone called Sriram. I don't remember his full name,
Okay.
but he has appointed Sriram as a policy advisor for AI in the White
Okay.
House.
Okay.
And then what people, I don't know if he tweeted this after the appointment or before itself, but he has apparently tweeted before about removing country-based green card caps.
Okay.
So there are caps for giving green cards to different countries.
Okay.
Green card is like the permanent residency, right?
Hmm.
And Elon Musk also is a big supporter of legal immigration.
Okay.
And so now currently, I think the H1B visa, which is for like skilled work, that is what they call high skilled work,
Okay.
is given to the visa that is given is called H1B, and the cap is like 85,000.
Hmm.
So then, when Sriram tweeted that he wanted the remove country-based green caps, there is a lot of pushback from the American public in general on Twitter. I don't know how it's happening in real life.
Okay.
So what they're saying is that, and it is the right wing. So the basically the Republican side only from
Okay.
Donald Trump's side. He's right, right?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So initially, what the stance for from the right was that they wanted illegal immigration to stop and legal immigration should be there,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Now that Elon Musk and they are saying that they will look into expand the expansion of H1B visas, meaning they want more people to come through H1B.
Hmm.
The American public are saying that why should we have more H1B visa holders when you are in laying off people? In this year itself, there are so many layoffs, right?
Yes.
And the argument that this kind, I mean, Elon Musk or anyone who is any company who is recruiting through H1B, they are saying that there is a lack of high skilled workers in US. That is why we need H1B visa so that people from other countries who are skilled enough can get the job,
Okay.
right? But
Okay.
but we have seen that there have been so many layoffs. If there are so many layoffs, how can you say that there is uh, lack of skilled workers now?
Okay. Okay. I get.
So yeah, basically they are saying that instead of actually, that is the what do I call the argument or the marketing point of view. They are saying it is to get the high skilled
Workers.
workers only, but actually they are using it to get high skilled or similar skilled people at a low cost.
No cost.
Because yeah, that is there's a database or something where they found that for the same role, the companies give H1B visa holders significantly lower salary, and the people are willing to work also for that salary. Whereas the American counterparts, they will demand more salary for the same role.
Okay.
So instead of giving it to them, they are uh,
Giving it to
outsourcing it
migrants.
to
Immigrants.
to migrants. Yeah,
Okay.
and there are a lot of back and forth was going on, and a lot of people started being racist towards Indians specifically because the biggest biggest what should I say?
Cheapest labor.
The biggest
Migrants. Group of migrants.
yeah, group of migrants, you can say, of for H1B was Indians.
Okay.
So
Applicants.
this applicants, I guess, or
Yeah.
the people who were approved
Okay.
through the H1B visa were Indians. So this year, I think this year itself, 70% of the H1B holders are Indian.
Okay.
And a lot of people started like criticizing the need for, like, there's no need to get this many immigrants to fill the American jobs.
Okay.
And the argument, and every time, like Elon Musk or anyone who is defending this legal immigration, they would say that we need legal immigration because America is built on the high skilled legal immigrants.
Uh,
And they're saying that H1B visa is used to bring in high skilled legal immigrants. But then apparently there is a H1B database where the kinds of jobs posted for H1B or the kinds of jobs have been applied for H1B are publicly available.
okay.
So people have found that H1B visa are given for jobs mostly for high skill also, but mostly also for entry level accountant, some chef. So those
Okay.
kind of jobs are also being filled by H1B visa. So then people are saying the argument is that H1B is required for high skilled workers.
Okay.
Then why are we giving this kind of jobs which can be done by Americans to immigrants?
Hmm.
Then people are also giving their personal anecdotes like whatever, I got this many scores in SAT, I got this much GPA in this college. Still, I'm not able to find work.
Okay.
But they are saying there's a lack of skilled workers.
Okay.
Then yeah, basic and some Vivek Ramaswamy, what is it called? Vivek Ramaswamy, right?
Yes. Yes.
He and Elon Musk are both on this Department of
Sure.
Government Efficiency, right? Doge.
Yes. Yes.
So I think they both of them decided to increase or expand H1B. I think that is their stance.
Okay.
And people are saying, like the right wing themselves are saying that you shouldn't you shouldn't expand H1B basically. So then Vivek Ramaswamy also made a big tweet which is going viral, where he basically said some lot of things, but overall what he means to say is that the American culture is more towards hedonism or hedonistic culture now.
Uh,
So the American public, the American citizens are not willing to work as hard as legal immigrants. That is
okay.
why we prefer legal immigrants to work for these jobs.
Okay.
That is not exactly what he said, but that is what he means mostly.
Okay.
Which then again triggered more people, because basically he said that America prefers or prioritizes work-life balance. Even in school, like they will study, but they will also do other activities as well.
Yes.
Whereas he then makes the argument that Asian culture is more focused on studies. They will not in Saturday or Sundays they will be doing Olympiads, so other things like this. And yeah, many people were triggered by his comments saying like that is the main. People are saying that is the main advantage of America, where there is a freedom of creativity.
Mm.
You don't have to follow strict or like there's no rote memorization or no rote study culture like this.
Okay.
That is followed in Asian culture. So yeah, so a lot of back and forth is going on. There's no conclusion as such for this debate,
Okay.
and it's still ongoing. And I don't know if policy-wise anything will change or not. But it's true that I think I can see both the points, that high skill work is needed, but at the same time, by corporations, it is being used for cost cutting
Yes.
instead of actually bringing high skill works. And yeah, when other people are also saying like that legal immigration should completely be, it shouldn't happen at all. That is also, I don't think it's useful.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no real conclusion at this point.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
again, this lack of this narrative that has been talked about, the talk about having workers who lacks skills. I think that's not true at all. I don't think so. Means maybe there lack of skills, but the main objective behind is to get cheap labor. I think so that's the main idea. It's not just in US. I think so. It's globally. That's the thing that's happening. That's what I think it is. Because
Yeah.
one thing you should think is that if there is a necessity of workers, people don't care. They will hire anyone. So I'll give an example. During wars, during World War or during any war, you might even have seen in movies, and it is true in real life as well. They say that any able-bodied person should they are enrolled in the army during the war. I
Mm.
have seen in many movies you could see that. I think so. I've seen in this movie about J.R.R. Tolkien. He was a writer, author of the Lord of the Rings. He wrote the Lord of the Rings, and he was British, and I think so during World War II, he was uh, he was a soldier. And the thing is that again he was a professor in university. He was in Cambridge, I think so. So there's the thing that happens is that when there's an emergency, when you need people, you don't care. As long as you have two hands, two legs, you can carry a gun, go out there and fight, do your thing. They will not think, okay, I'd rather lose the war than put some unskilled person with a gun. You won't say that. Oh, no, no, I only want people who have advanced military training. Only I will only hire those people. In an emergency, I don't care. If you have a hand and leg, you are an able-bodied person, go out there and fight. That's what they do. So if a corporation actually needs workers, and I think that almost all undergraduate level human being in this planet have the basic cognitive capability to understand most of the things that are being done at an entry level job. Within three to
Yeah.
six months of within 3 to 6 months of training, any any 20-year-old person with an undergraduate level of education doesn't care. I don't care which college they are from, what CGPA they are in. They have the basic cognitive capability to understand that and to apply those skills in their work. Any one can do that.
Mm.
So this thing about lack of so there are obviously jobs that are exceptional. Like for example, if you're a doctor or some kind of if you're hiring for some R&D departments working on cutting edge technology like AI, quantum computing, some those are some exceptions. There you need truly exceptional or truly skilled persons. But most entry level jobs are quite relatively simple for an undergraduate level person. So why is this happening? The first thing is that I think so there's already enough people filling in their roles. There is more supply than demand. That's the one thing. But
Mm.
for some reason, I don't know why, but I think so this is the narrative being pushed. I don't know. I'm not talking that it's a conspiracy, but I think so. Or this thing has happened organically. I think it's more of a PR thing that if if the public if in the public consciousness these things comes into space that there is more supply than demand, there will be more unrest. Both and that's not a good thing for either the government or the corporates. So this is a more of a PR. It's more of a PR thing to
Mm.
manage their public relations and to keep this thing. That if I instead say that, see, I want to hire you, but you are not skilled enough. If only you were skilled enough, we could have hired you. That's the thing if they say. So then overall in public there will be much of this restlessness. So the blame comes on you that you will feel okay. Oh, I'm not skilled enough. Maybe I have to work hard, and so there will be less unrest about this thing. That's the main idea, I think so. Again, because you've talked about this having the whole thing about hiring skilled workers from other countries in the USA just because they want lower wage people. So essentially, they are doing the same things. If they actually needed people to make their company running, they wouldn't have laid off those people. They are necessary to keep the their company running. The fact that they're laying off is that existing employees are good enough to run the company. And if possible, they will hire cheaper employees as if needed. That's the whole idea behind it. And maybe a few days ago, I was looking at another Indian person who made a YouTube video about this thing, about this skill gap thing. And they have also talked about this, about there being vacancies in government posts, but they have not opened up those posts. Even though there are vacancies there, they are deliberately not opening up those posts, so that the people are forced to join the corporates. The whole thesis behind his first I'll try to give his thesis before I give this example. Then it will make sense why I'm saying what I'm saying. So his whole thesis is that even the government, I'm talking in the context of India. So even the government in some way is involved in trying to bring cheap labor to the market, mainly the private markets, not the government, to the corporate market. So he says that there are vacancies, there are in government jobs, but when the recruitment comes for the exams, they do not mention as much vacancies that there, so that the people are forced to join corporate jobs and for low wages, because the people will need jobs, and if they don't find, they'd rather settle for a job with a low salary than to have no job at all. So if you reduce the supply of jobs but the demand is high, this is basic economics. So if the supply is high but the demand is decreased, sorry. If the demand is high but if the supply is decreased, then people will be willing to take it for less as well. I hope it makes sense.
If the demand is high and supply is low, then people will be hired for more money, right?
But I'm talking about of jobs, not of employees. Yes, then people will be hired for more money. If the demand of employees is high, but there are less employees, so whatever small employees are remaining, people will pay as much money as required to get that. But on the other hand, if the demand for jobs is high, but the supply of jobs is less, so there are very less jobs. So the people will say that, okay, there are so many less jobs. So if I'm getting one chance, I'll rather take it for whatever money they are giving me, instead of because I don't have any options. I'm lucky to get one job, so I won't take a risk by bargaining for a higher salary. I'll take whatever it takes. So from a jobs point of view, that's the thing. So even though there are government vacancies, they are not opening it up. So they are decreasing the supply of jobs. So whatever jobs remain, people will have to take for a lower salary. That's the idea, I think so. And yeah, and for the past few months, I have been coming through this concept about the tools that capitalism uses for their own gains. And I think so. Yes, I'm covering that in bits and pieces, but I think so. It'll take I want to talk about it, but I think so. It'll take me a few more months to piece together all of the things and bring it and to create a coherent story so that I can talk about it. And it is going to be, and yes, it's going to change. It has changed my perspective quite a lot so far. I'll talk a little bit about it. So one idea about capitalism, what they talk about a lot is about free markets. That okay, the opposite of free markets is that the left-wing people mostly say that okay, there should be subsidies, government should do more to for the people, give them subsidies on such kind of things. Means there should be more government interventions. So what this capitalists said, this is not good. It should be free market. There should be no intervention. It should be pure competition. That's the narrative that this capitalists try to push. But the truth is that even they use government interventions, government tools and policies, but instead of the masses, instead of the greater public, they use it in favor of them. So, for example, the thing that you have spoken about this H1B visa policy, everything. So just before the elections, a lot of capitalists like Elon Musk and many others, we're favoring Trump. We're pushing for Trump to win because they know that they don't want a free market. Now that Trump is in power, now they are using their influence to create certain policies that impacts them. This is the very good example of what I mentioned here. Now that Trump is in power, now they're going to use these policies for getting cheap labor, this H1B visa, everything, not cheap labor. So now they're getting cheap labors. So that's it is happening. And so my hypothesis has been confirmed by this example. That yes, this capitalist class are using government intervention, even though they say that they don't want government intervention, they want free market. But where is this free market? They are using government intervention for their own gains. But means they're using policies for their own gains. So this is one very good example here.
Yeah.
And again, at the same time, I'm not saying that even if the left had won in US, anything would have changed. So the structure of government in the contemporary world is such that left and right are just an illusion here. I think there might be some aspects in left that might, at least in the US, that might work for the general public, for the masses in general. But overall, I think so. From whatever I know, that it's just an illusion, because even the people who wanted left to win were also another group of capitalists. It's just two group of capitalists pushing their own people into power so that they can pursue their own agenda. It's just like that. The masses, the general public, is just nothing is going to happen much for the general public. It's just two group of capitalists. They have their own pawns, own puppets, and they want to install their own puppets into power. And in this case, Trump won. Then so one group of capitalists won. But had left won, it would have been the same. But yeah, this is something I'm working in bits and pieces every now and then, but I hope to create it into a coherent argument and try to present it as, but it'll take a few months. Yes.
Yeah.
So
then that's all, I think.
Okay, so
Stop it right.
okay.